Hello? Are we here? Are we live? Tell us if you can see us. Hello?
Hello.
Type hello
I'll
if you can see us.
hello.
Sorry?
I'll say hello. I'm just from the looks of things, you're live.
Okay. Well, I think we've got the lovely Anne can be our first little comment. Hi, Anne.
Hi, Anne. Very good.
We're going to be waiting for Jem before we properly start. Should we yeah? Because I think that's fair.
Yeah.
We'll just keep. How are you guys, everyone?
Do a bit of starting.
Yeah, we can do a bit of starting, but we won't do the
preamble.
Well, yeah. Okay, I'll introduce you guys to Charlie. So you've got the lovely Alice from Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. You guys all know Alice as part of the Plodalong crew. And then we've got the lovely Charlie from Charles Heathcote. If you guys watch my channel, you will all know Charlie. So, oh, hi, Kate. Just say Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate. Hi. Everyone, invite Kate. So yeah. It's going to be just the usual format that we did at the weekend. I know say usual because I don't know how. I'm sure lots of you are all tuned into Alice's channel on it's Jem's channel on Sunday. Where we had the lovely Sarah from Your True Shelf, and it's going to be a similar format to that. So we'll have a little chat at the beginning, then we'll ask. We've got some funny questions to ask and talk to Charlie about, and then after that we will do like 20 to 25 minutes sprint plods, reading plods. Where we can just read together, have a little natter afterwards about the books. So yeah, should we ask Charlie what? I'll start with I'll go to the what. We'll welcome Charlie first.
Oh.
Welcome to Charles Heathcote. Welcome.
Thank you. It took you long enough.
So one of the first questions that we were planning on to asking, like we asked Sarah from the lovely Sarah, was what your last 5-star read by a woman was. So Charlie, I know you don't really rate by stars, but you can explain all that in a second. So what you tell us?
While Charlie's thinking a second, do you want to add Gemma to this stream?
I didn't see that she was there. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
There you go. I need to scroll down here. Oh wait, hold on a sec. You know
She's
why?
Probably hiding behind the timer or something.
That's what it is. How do I make? What's that? Yeah, I don't know how to. Don't know how to make it go down. I'm so sorry. Oh, there you go. I got you, Jem. Sorry, Jem. I didn't see you. There you go.
It's all right.
Hey, Jem. Sorry about that, Jem. I'm sorry, I didn't spot you were there. All right. You're not muted, but I haven't muted you. Welcome, Jem.
Hi, Charles.
How it now actually all feels quite proper now that all of the hosts are here.
Oh, thanks for you just waiting.
It was a bit like I'm a Celebrity when they replaced Ant with Holly Willoughby then.
Oh dear.
So we're just about to. No, you're not. You're fine. So everybody, obviously, this is Jem, the lovely Jem from
the lovely Jem from the Plodalong.
Gemma Books. My brain is literally. I watch your channel every day. I watch that thing. My brain is just like the thing. So yeah, this is lovely Jem from Gemma Books. Everybody, you all know Jem. I'm sure most of you will all know Jem. So we'll tell Jem. We're just explaining what happened the last show and asking Charlie what his last 5-star read by a woman was, as the sort of introductory thing.
Yeah, and to be linking in with the Women's Prize, because the last book I actually liked that was written by a woman was Demon Copperhead. So it actually works out quite well.
Excellent.
Indeed.
On the long list. Because we read another book that was on the long list today and didn't particularly like that one.
We'll talk about that later.
We will. Yeah, Demon Copperhead, it does everything that Barbara Kingsolver does well. And when I read The Lacuna years ago, I had this moment where I completely forgot the character she was writing about was fictional. And I had that same sort of thing happen with this one as well. And so always think that that's a good sign of a book when you completely forget that it's not real.
Always a
And-
very good sign.
Yeah, and then I did say that I read it slowly because of the opioid crisis, and it can get a bit dark in there. But I also think that meant that it enhanced the experience for me because I was reading these characters for quite a few weeks.
Yeah.
So you kind of get a bit ingratiated in the lives then. So yeah, that one.
Brilliant. I'm so excited for that one.
Before we ask you the next question, I'm just going to go look at the comments and quickly say hello to everybody. You've got the lovely Jennifer Loves Books. Hi to Jennifer. Everyone say hi to Jennifer. Hi. We've got the lovely Kit. Say hi to Kit. Hi, Kit. How are you? And Jane. Hi, Jane. Thank you for coming to our live and to the Plodalong and plodding along with us. And speaking of the lovely Sarah, we've got the lovely Sarah from Your True Self. She was our guest. She was the lovely. She was the guest on Gem's show on Sunday. So you go, and that will be linked in the description in the future if you're watching in the future. But if you go watch Gem's channel, the live show we just had at the weekend. And we've also got the lovely Edward.
Hi, Edward.
Hi. And he can't wait for Charlie's rant, so which we will all be interested in. Let's be honest. Right. So Charlie, the next important getting to know you question is, I don't know whether you know this is coming, is what's your favourite pizza topping?
Pizza topping.
Yes.
And this is really important. So if you get this wrong,
Well, I think I'm getting muted and kicked out then because I actually hate pizza.
No.
that's even worse than Sarah and her vegetarian cheese.
Yeah, no,
Vegan
for somebody who's learning Italian and really wants to go back to Italy, I don't like it. I think it's just posh cheese on toast.
It is. That's what makes it awesome.
But do you like
That
cheese
means
on
like-
toast?
Yeah, no, cheese on toast is fantastic. That's probably why I don't like pizza.
Right, there we go then.
So yeah,
Do you have any
I mean,
favourite
that's
toppings for that, or do you have it plain?
no, I'm white and northern. It's just cheese.
Do you at least put some like Worcester sauce on it or something? That's a
No,
northern thing, isn't it?
You don't,
Although
to be
I will-
fair, actually. You go.
no, go on.
No, I just said to be fair, I don't think you should ever interfere with cheese on toast like that. I mean,
Oh
I
right.
think cheese. Like, so I like the cheese on toast. There's like, if you're gonna do cheese on toast. Actually, I say that, but I do like it sometimes with a bit of onion. But
I
only
was going to
occasionally.
say when we went to Crewe, you had a cheese and onion toasty.
Yeah, I like a bit of onion in there. Yeah. Yeah, occasionally, but not that's like when I'm pushing the boat out. So
Oh, okay. It was just because you were visiting me.
yeah, that's so.
You were
Winning
just like,
cruise.
I'll just have on onion breath this entire trip.
You should have thought about that actually. That's a bit mean of me, wasn't it? Hanging out with my mate. Oniony buff everywhere. Yeah. So anyway, so before we go on to the last question and then we can go into the plodding. I'll just go through some more comments. We've got we've got the lovely Emily from Nova Novels. Hi Emily, my lovely sister.
I am.
And then we've got so Edward said, then you haven't eaten the right pizza. Yeah,
I've been to Italy. I've had it. It's the same.
The same.
Oh, dear.
Italian pizza is not the same.
No, I meant it gave me the same impression. I didn't like it. I tried.
Dear.
And we have Jennifer saying, "No, how can you hate pizza?" We're going to have all the pizza revolt.
Me and Jennifer agree on nothing, but on this we are like.
No, it's big time if you're.
Yeah, but we have to remember that I notably hate everything other people love. So
Fair enough.
And then Emily said, "My favourite Charlie's. We love you." And then we've got the lovely Ange, who said, "I was today years old when I learned that pizza is just pushed on toast."
Oh, dear. You learn something new every day, Ange.
And Emily specifically likes cheese, ham, and tomato on her cheese on toast. So That's this Emily's. It would be Emily's opinion on her cheese on toast situation. We're gonna make everyone want cheese on toast. Can you see this is going to be happening right now?
Well, you go on for a while. You know, it could be supper for you all. You could all leave this and go and have cheese and toast.
Yeah. Well,
We could.
yeah, like that's what we need.
If we go on
so
for long
yeah.
enough, I could have some late night cheese on toast. I could go for that.
There you go. Then that's what we're making. I'll be messaging my husband, bringing me up some cheese on toast. So we've got the lovely kit. Really want some cheese on toast? Yes, there we go. So we're inspiring people to get to want the cheese on toast.
Quick, cut to a plod so everybody can go and make cheese on toast.
Everyone can go make cheese on toast.
Emergency plod. We need to send this emergency plod situation. So before we do start the plod, we've got a little game for Charlie, and or a little challenge. Do you call it a game or do you call it a challenge, Jem? Or Alice?
It's a challenge.
Maybe it's a challenge game. I don't know.
So Alice and Jem were. Oh, sorry. I'll remove this. Sorry.
Charlie tried to veto our challenge, basically.
Because I thought it was a bit cruel, but this is who I worry. I worry a lot about people. I worry about everything. This is who I am, as they all know, and they take the mick
But
out
she
of
was
people.
outvoted by the big ones, the group.
Big guns, yeah. So the challenge is for you, Charlie, is to name as many Women's Prize long-listed authors. Is it authors? No, books, not authors, books.
Books. Do you need the authors as well, or is it just the book?
Just the books.
Just the book will be fine.
Yeah, so as you can in 30 seconds. Yes, and it can be from any year. It can be from this year. It can be from years previous, and you have to name as many as you can in 30 seconds. So one of them.
Timer,
Jem's gonna have the timer. She's got the timer ready for 30 seconds.
I've got my pen.
I will say when I say in a minute, we'll press it, and then Alice is the diligent writer, and she knows all the. She'll fact check you.
I will fact check. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Don't make stuff up.
Don't make it up because Alice will pull you out on it. So, are you ready, Charlie? Are you ready? Are you prepared for this challenge? There is a leaderboard at stake.
Charlie, you're giving him a lot of time to think of stuff.
Yeah,
I can see.
Okay. Down, go over. We'll go to 5 seconds. I'll give you the 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So let's go with Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. Go into the Lacuna, go into Flight Behaviour, go into the Poisonwood Bible. From there, go to Hilary Mantel. And let's go with Wolf Hall, Bring Up the Bodies, The Mirror and the Light, and then get Beyond Black in there. This is where we start to struggle. Then let's go for The Tiger's Wife by Taya Obrecht, which brings us to White Woman on a Green Bicycle by Monique Roffey. And Arlington Park, Rachel Cusk, Half of the Alison Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie.
Blimey.
That's mad. I couldn't even think of like that.
I'm not sure I can write all
I
these.
like the strategy. It's a good strategy going
Like
on.
it sounded very rhythmic. Like you're very.
It was just how it was in my head. I was just like, let's just think of the ones who've been in here a lot. You know?
It was like a mind palace.
It was a mind palace.
What was the last one? Tell us the last one again. It was
the last two. I'd got to Half of the Yellow Sun, I think was the last one.
That's right.
And I think I said Arlington Park before that.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
I will need to fact check that list because I don't know. I know the first few were correct, but let me fact check.
We can give you a second. That's fine.
So did Charlie tell you that you are going to be like
Talk
ranked
amongst
against
yourselves.
all of our guests?
I've literally just said this just now.
She just said leaderboard then.
Yeah, it's still in creation, but your name will be on it. What did Sarah get? Did she get 8?
Sarah got a score of 7.
7. So that was what you had to beat today.
And it may take me some time, so perhaps chat about something else.
Should I go onto the banners and say currently reading all of us, and then what Alice is thinking?
Yes, let's.
And then you guys in the comments can tell us what you're currently reading. So what I haven't actually. Should I say what you've read so far from the long list? Or did you, because you already do we do current reads or what we read so far? What do you want to do, Jem? Because you're the professional. I think this is what you did last time. I think you said what you've read so far. So what have you read so far from the long list, Charlie? And then Jem can say if she's read anything else since as well.
Long list. So I just said I'd read Demon Copperhead.
Yes.
Glory. I did that last year. I'm mentioning it first because, as Charlie knows, every time I mention that book, I just love to look at Gemma's face because of her reaction just to hear. And today I finished I'm a Fan. I don't think I've read any more than that.
Okay. You can talk about that as your like current read kind of thing in a second, if you want to, because that's the one you've kind of just literally just finished. Have you read any? Have you read in? Are we going to say what you've read, Gem, as well since the weekend, or do you want to say that as your current reads? I don't know.
Oh well, I finished. No, I didn't. I haven't finished anything, have I?
We only spoke a couple of days ago. In fairness to us.
Yeah, it feels like a long time ago. But I've started Bandit Queens.
Oh, there we go. So that's your current reads.
Yeah, and I'm also still reading Trespassers. That way.
And I haven't read anything more since Sunday because I'm a bad book tuber. So.
Book please.
We'll go to comments. What are you guys currently reading? I will go and have a look and talk to you guys. So where are we? How do I go back? Scroll up the comments. Can you go up?
Yeah, there's still got a few pizza comments, I think.
Right, what anyone I can see is Emily's, which is I had toasty for lunch. Oh no, I can scroll up. There we go. I can scroll up.
I think that's the last one anyway, toasty for lunch.
Okay. Oh no, we've got one. Yeah, I had toasty for lunch with Emily. So yeah, underneath we've got Jenny. There we go, Jenny. I had barbecue sweet corn mozzarella pizza for my tea. Yay! So you know,
Nice.
Excellent.
I think sweet corn's a nice one. Barbecue's nice, you know.
I'm not a fan of barbecue. I just feel like no.
Okay.
Do you not like it when they've replaced the tomato sauce with barbecue sauce?
I absolutely hate it.
I always
Sam
find
loves it. So every time we order pizza from Domino's, he has to have a separate one.
Oh,
Or
that's a good ploy to get a separate pizza.
Does. Chicken barbecue every time.
So for the next comment, we've got the lovely Edward, which said barbecue. So yeah, you love the barbecue. Cool. No, I don't mind a bit of barbecue. It's not my favourite, but I like it. I'll eat a barbecue pizza. Then we've got Emily. Well done. Yeah, Charlie has literally just stormed it. Like I don't even know how you think that fast. I can't think like that fast. Obviously, as you probably can tell. And then we've got Andrew's random causing Kelly. Is there a prize for coming top? I mean,
maybe.
We could maybe think of it. Should we? Maybe we'll have a think.
Shall we have Charlie's score to see how far ahead of the crowd he is?
Let's see.
Okay,
let's
yes,
see.
okay.
Are you ready for this? Because I'm pleased to report that he hadn't made up any titles, even though I had never heard of at least one of those, which is how terrible I am at hosting this. But Charlie has a grand score of 11.
That is very
Indeed. Especially as you gave us some of the authors as well, and they were quite long titles.
No, I still think that that's an easy one to beat.
I don't reckon it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
No, I think the more people who watch the lives,
Yeah.
the more titles you'll be able to get, and so they'll just be able to remember them to go through.
You do have a distinct disadvantage going so early on, I would have to say.
Which title haven't you heard of?
I had not heard of White Woman on a Green Bicycle.
Monique Roffey.
She was previously listed for a different book. The Black Mermaid and the Black Conch. Was that a women's prize book? I don't know.
That was late. White
was
Woman
that
on a
book
Green
or a women's prize?
It was Costa.
Costa.
Yeah, Costa,
I'm sure.
I think
it was. I'm sure it was a Booker or a women's prize one as well. Was it?
Would you recommend it?
No.
No. I'll cross that one off my TBR then.
It was one of those where I held on to it for years, and then I finally read it, and I was like, "Why? Why did I wait? Why did I wait all this time just to disappoint myself?"
Sad.
Oh. So, Alice, what are you currently reading? Have you read anything different since Sunday? Obviously, if it's the same since Sunday, we've only spoken a couple of days ago.
I've made no progress on the marriage portrait, but that's not because I wasn't enjoying it when we were reading it. It's just because I have so many books on the go. And I have made progress on Fire Rush on audio. Done a couple more hours of that, so I think I've got 5 hours left to go now. I'm still really enjoying that one.
That's really good. So I see what you guys are currently reading. I'll go and have a look. I'm trying to scroll up. Where were we?
Oh, and I have had a haul from my library today that I can show as well if you like. If I haven't started them. We've got Children of Paradise. My library has got me. And Plod.
Oh.
Yes, Plod.
Oh dear. I don't know what to make of the idea of Plod.
No, my library had it on the shelf and I picked it up and I just put it
like a mini kind of group read of it. So everyone watching, when we start it, we'll let you guys know. I think we're going to start it on maybe a one of the
we
next
might start
Plodalong.
on the next Plod, mightn't we? Not today.
Yeah, so not that. We'll tell you about the next Plod is going to be not this Sunday, next Sunday, but we'll say that at the end of the live show. So we've got Emily says not a prize, but royally Doris. There you go, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We've got Kit said that they've only read Memphis so far. So, and I think I remember what Kit was saying, that they weren't. You weren't best keen on it, were you, Kit? I think
Kit wasn't enjoying Memphis on Sunday, I don't think.
Then we've got, as I think you guys saw before, Sarah said that I'm so beaten, still reading the marriage portrait, and I'm a fan. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, have you got thoughts on? Oh yeah, because this is what we're going to talk to Charlie about. So Charlie, whilst because you said you were going to say about your thoughts about the I'm a fan. Do you want to say your thoughts about, spill your tea about the I'm a fan, then I'll scroll to the end of the comments afterwards.
Do you want me to say what I was ranting about to you this afternoon, or my thoughts now I finished it?
I mean, just say all of it. Say all of it. Just put it all out there to the world.
Okay. So on Sunday, when I watched your video back, I saw about Jem not knowing why night crawling wasn't on here, and I have, I didn't get on with night crawling, but I'm a fan. I don't understand how that book got in here over night crawling.
That is a backhanded compliment, but I will take it.
And I say this because it's like this whole blend of vignettes that don't really go together. At one point, something really significant happens in a relationship the character's having, and then a few pages down the line, it almost forgets that significant thing's happened. But then when the next page starts, the significant thing has happened again. And it's not like it went back in time. It was still following the timeline. But also, it's almost like the author didn't really get any sort of editing going on. Something I didn't like was the fact that even though there's no speech marks, they don't actually separate any of the paragraphs at all. So you'll be reading it and move into what he's saying to her and what have you. But also, like, about 180 pages in, they decide to tell you that the main character's got a brother. And I'm like, well, this is pertinent information, clearly. We know nothing about this character. And still 180 pages in, they're taking all this time to tell us about the character. And there was some really great rants and polemics about what's going on with Instagram culture and with the way that they politicized people's rights, but they made no sense for the placement within the story. And it was almost like the author had decided, well, I have all these ideas of the book that I want to write, so I'll just throw them all at the same book, but I won't actually take any time to write the book that I want to write. It was abysmal. I am so annoyed.
And I think I love it. I actually think I love it. So I feel mixed about it. As I said to Charlie, so I've talked to Charlie about it. I feel mixed about it. Like when I think me and Sarah were like talking. So Sarah, like I don't know if I still haven't really read any more. I think I maybe read a couple of pages, but yeah, like I have mixed feelings about it. But the more distance I have from it, and I watched Jen Campbell's video and she talked about it, and like how she talked about it put into like it made my thoughts like clearer. And you know when you're like, oh my god, that is so oh my god, this is just. And so then I was like, I think I love it. I think I love it. So I don't know, and I may change my mind because I'm a very changeable person. But yeah, I think I love it. So
but you're about halfway through, right?
Sorry?
You're about halfway through, right?
About 62% through. So yeah, about half, just over half. So we've got Andres that says our last book tube prize book, Solito by I can't say the name, sorry. You guys can one of you can pronounce it.
Javier Zamora.
Thank you, Jen. No women's prize as yet, and Buster nearly done. Well done, and
nearly there, Anne. She could do
it. So Kit's currently reading Children of Paradise, hoping to finish it tonight. Oh, how are you getting on, Kit? Let us know.
Yeah, what do you think? But don't make Alice cry because she's really excited for that one.
Yeah. I haven't even watched Jen's review yet because I'm like, I want to go into it fresh.
But she's really good though, because Jem gives brilliant reviews. Everyone, obviously, you guys watching hopefully will probably know this. She gives brilliant reviews, but she doesn't give spoilers. So I feel like
yeah. I do feel like I could watch it. I just want to go into it completely blank.
That's fine. That's fine. So Jenny said, I Bandit Queens, Stone Blind, Marriage Portrait, all of which have been 5 stars. Oh, yay, that's really good.
Wow.
Oh, excellent.
That makes
good start.
That's really good reading, Jenny. So then we've got the lovely Jane. I'm still plodding my way through Stone Blind. There's no rush. I'm not a quick reader, Jane. Honestly, I'm the same. I read, honestly, you guys, I know I read so slowly. This is why we do the Plodalong. We're not rushing through. So exactly. Honestly, take your time. Take your time. There's no rush. Then we've got Edward Mervyn. Yes, thank you, Edward. See, I thought it was women's prize.
Are you sure? I still don't.
I knew it was women's prize. I think I read. I read the list that
I can check it in the spreadsheet.
The Mermaid
Conch by women by Monique Roffey. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was a women's prize one. I thought it was either that or Booker, but I thought it was women's prize. So then we've got Kate who said, "Demon, you're reading Demon of Copperhead, are you?" And then we've got so Edward was obviously excited to hear about Charlie's little rant. No surprise there. We'll start a Plod in a second. We've got about Pod, Love Bees.
Yes, excited for that one.
Yeah, we're so excited. Nightcrawler
the only
was so
one
amazing.
Finding with mermaid in the title is The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock.
Oh yes, Imogen Hermes Gower. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. That was one as well, but I'm sure Monique Roffey was either listed. It could have been the Booker that Monique Roffey was listed.
It was just the Costa.
See?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, like Jem said, it was just the Costa.
No, that's weird. Okay, fine, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, we'll go on to start sprinting. So we say half past, we'll start a sprint. In half past, we'll start doing sprints. We've got another minute. Edward has said, it's because I'm a fan, it is very online and had buzz about it in the right circles. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So Sarah said, can we all just give credit to Jem Campbell for pretty much finishing? I know, honestly, she's like such a hero. Like, how did she do that? Yeah, she is. She's amazing. And also that video was.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't watched yet because I'm saving it for when I've read a few more.
Yeah. I feel like I want to go back and re-watch it again when I've read more books. You know, and like you have it like I have watched it, but it's like to sort of reaffirm, like because I just love her video. Yeah, I'm sure you Edward. So I'll make this the last comment and then we'll start plodding. Yes, I lapped that video up. Made me so excited for them. Yeah, exactly. She's just hyped us all for the women's prize, isn't she? So okay. So do we want to start doing? Do you want to do? What do you want to guys want to do? Do you want to do a 20-minute plod or 25 minutes? What do you think, Jem and Alice?
We can do 25, and then I think Fraser's going to jump on at about 5'2", so just keep your eyes peeled for when he
That's
rocks
why
up in the backstage.
Yeah, I've got you at the bottom, so if he plops up, he'll be at the bottom anyway, so I'll be able to. I won't miss it this time. Even though now
Fraser's the favourite, is what you're saying here, is
I'm
it?
not giving it to anybody. I'm learning how to use the. I think I've got the. I'm not very technical. People watching. I'm So this is all a learning experience to me. So have you got the timer ready?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'll put that there. So everybody, we will be back. I'll remember to mute myself, and we'll all mute ourselves.
I will start the timer. Hopefully. Yay.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thing as well. So, so how are you guys getting on with your current reads / what you just read, or if you haven't read any women's prize books, which is fine, what are your, I'll get the next banner up. What's your, Charlie, before you go, what's your next up? What's the next book you're planning to?
Well, no, I just started. Yeah, I decided because it was women's prize, I would read this whilst we were here. So I've just read the first 54 pages of it. Oh, and it's Trespasses, I should say.
What are your thoughts on it? How are you getting on with it?
Well, I'm liking the references. I'll say that. I'm liking the references in there. You know, they just mentioned Helen Mirren's Michael Parkinson interview, and you know, I'm glad of that. And I want to go and see whether the play that they've been to is the one that I read 2 months ago, which was it Translation? Because the main character's just been to a play anyway. And I want to see whether the one that she's referencing is the one that I read 2 months ago, because it does mention that same town. It's clear that the author's bringing a lot in so far to do with everything that's gone on with the Troubles in Ireland, all the seemingly innocuous bits, you know, like banning Edna O'Brien and that sort of thing. And I found some of the references humorous and nostalgic, and I have liked that bit. But I think still at 54 pages in, not much has really happened to give too much of an opinion.
I think lots of people have similar feelings with this book. Jem, you're reading this, aren't you?
Yeah, I sure am.
Yeah.
It's fine. I think I'm taking a bit of a different approach right now, and I think what Kennedy is trying to do is show like an ordinary woman's life and almost the mundaneness of it amongst like the horrificness of the Troubles. So, but in doing that, it comes across quite mundane because that's what she's trying to do, I think.
You see, I don't much mind the mundanity because I like a story that's
boring.
Well, not boring, but about a person's life. And it's something that we, one of those things that we always talk about. I've said to Charlie before, like when you do creative writing classes, like to look at what was happening with the normal people during these hugely, big world events. But at the same time, something does need to happen pretty soon in her story because, like I say, 54 pages in, we've been told a few things that have gone on around them, and there was part of me that was like, yeah, I'm not happy that 7-year-olds are having to, like their vocabulary has these words in, and that's what they're thinking about. But at the same time, like Gemma's saying, I think there does need to be something happening within the story, because there's also quite a few cliches in there, I think, of Irish literature too.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, fine was a very good word for it. When you said fine, that was a great word for it.
Yeah. Is that what you read, Jem? So then, is that what you just read, Jem? Yeah. So, Alice, how are you getting on with yours?
Yeah, all right. I've got to the end of another chapter of this, and same as Sunday, really enjoying it. Very descriptive, as I would expect with Maggie O'Farrell, and just had a really interesting chapter about a tiger. That's my cat sneezing, by the way. That's the noise he makes.
So, well, thank you, Charlie, very much for coming along. I think we're gonna everyone's gonna say goodbye to Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah, you can stay if you want, Charlie, but you're welcome to stay with us if you want to. Thing. You can stay if you want to. Do you want to stay?
Well, what do the other people think? It's your live show.
Adding Fraser anyway, so we've got Fraser coming on now. I'm just letting you know. So it's up to you.
You make it sound like Fraser and I are enemies. You can't be seen in the same chat together.
Yeah, if you want to stay, you're absolutely welcome.
Of course.
Hey, they've got Fraser backstage. I'm gonna add Fraser to the stream. Here we go. Hey,
We'll see.
Fraser, welcome Fraser to the stream. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, Fraser.
Hello.
For everybody watching, we've got the lovely Fraser from Springboard Thought. Everybody say hi to Fraser.
What time is it in Canada, Fraser?
It is 3 p.m. So
Oh, nice.
just finishing work time.
Nice.
Ooh.
You finish work at 3 p.m.
Well, like office jobs and stuff like that. Yeah. Not me personally. I make my own hours, so I tend to start work late and work later too.
Yeah.
So.
I did think you were self-employed, but
yeah, I am. So that doesn't apply to me. But I mean, when I look out the window, I see people that have to conform to that schedule.
I need to move to Canada if people finish at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, well, only some people. I live right across from a school and a daycare. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Women's Prize long list so far? What have you read from it?
It seems really interesting. The books I actually haven't even read that many. Trespasses, I was going to read last year when I was looking over the Booker stuff, but I couldn't get it here. It was released overseas, but it might have arrived here. I know I can get it on Audible if I want to drop a credit or something. Demon Copperhead seems to be really polarizing, so I'm not sure what to make of it. Some people I follow really enjoy it, some people don't. And then there's a bunch here that I haven't ever heard of. I loved Memphis. I really liked that book a lot, and was kind of surprised it didn't get more nominations. Stone Blind, I've heard from somebody, was not very good.
We don't know who.
Yeah.
Who would say that?
But then Lindy's Magpie Reads, I think, really liked that book too. So again, everyone's steering me one direction and another direction. I'm particularly interested in Homesick because the translator for that seems like it would be interesting, and the concept is cool. Fire Rush looks really cool. Children of Paradise could go either way for me. Glory, I tried 2 or 3 different times and I just couldn't do it. It just broke my brain. It was just, in my mind, it was like some Disney movie with a zebra and a teacup or something. And it was like, yeah, do you want some tea? And I was like, what? I can't do this in my head. So, and that's another, I think, polarizing book, I would say. Like, some people really enjoyed it, some people didn't like it at all. So I don't know. I think it's a much more interesting selection than last year.
Yeah.
Last year I had read most of them. They were more commercial fiction-y. Yeah, it didn't seem super prizey. I don't know. So
should we go quickly to some comments and then we'll ask? We've got some questions for you, Fraser, to get warm you up into. We've got we've got Rebecca has got I'm a fan 2 out of 5 stars, and Children of Paradise 3 out of 5 stars. Currently halfway through Trespasses. Oh, let us know how you're getting on with Trespasses, Rebecca. And we've got the lovely Ange said, I love Jen Campbell, and not just because she comes from the north. We love Jen Campbell. We all love Jen. I'm not a fan of Children of Paradise, trying to be strange, but I don't really get the point. Fair enough. I think Jem had a sort of similar kind of thoughts. The Mermaid was the one I was. Yeah. That was the Mermaid, because we're saying because we book prizes with mermaids in, so it can be a bit confusing. We've got the lovely Scott from Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. Mermaid of the Black Conch won the Costa Award, but it might have been on the Women's Prize too. I think that we double checked that one, and it wasn't on the Women's Prize. It was a similar time though. I think it was around the similar time that it won. The one that was similar. Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. That's fine. Jenny King said, "Should I start Fire Rush or Trespasses?" What would you all say?
Fire Rush.
I'm enjoying Fire Rush, so I'll go with
Yeah,
that.
Alice loved Fire Rush. So yeah. Then we've got Memory Death. So yeah, that's what that's what it is confusing, honestly. Don't worry, Edward. Julie is currently reading I'm a Fan, Marriage Portrait, Staying Blind, and Memphis was the fave so far. So yeah. That's good.
Yeah, Memphis is good.
Yeah.
And I read it after Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois, though, so maybe that was more points for it, because I was like, so it's doing something similar in a quarter of the pages.
Like, this is what we were kind of like. Me and Jem and Alice have had a conversation about this, because like I've read both of the books, like you said, and yeah, I think I probably read it similar times to you actually. Like I think I read the big one first and then Memphis second, but I don't know, because like I don't know whether you can get quite as much into it, can you? That's what you were saying, Jem, wasn't it? Something like you were worried about the concern of getting that
much content into that page count. I prefer bigger books, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Amelia's just saying she's late to the party, but hi Amelia, we love Amelia.
Hi.
Amelia's great.
Just on time.
Yeah, you're fine. You're not late at all. You're fine. Yeah, obviously we're reading together. Oh, lovely. Yeah, joining with us. Oh, we've got lovely Danny from Danny's Book Club. Everyone's got to check out Danny's channel as well. Just popping on to say hello. Still at the pool, bless her. So hoping to be home around 9:30 to catch the last 30 minutes. There's no worries, Danny. Love you lots. If she does manage to read tonight, she'll be continuing in the Marriage Portrait, which is so far confirming that Marigold Ferrero is one of her favourite authors. That's lovely, isn't it? It's always good when you find a favourite author.
Loving it so far.
I think we've got Julie from In Her Potting Shed, My Potting Shed. Just thought I'd pop and say hi. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
And we've got onto the thing in a minute. We'll just do a couple more. I only read 10, sorry. I only read 10 pages and just wanted to make cheese on this archive. So Fraser, we've got a couple of questions for you. The first question is, what was your last 5-star read by a woman?
It would be Fane, and it was just like days ago, 3-4 days ago, something. I finished that book.
What's it called?
Fane. What's her name? Anne Marie McDonald.
I've
not heard of that one.
Oh, it was really excellent. It's historical fiction, very like atmospheric. I keep wanting to compare it to another historical fiction book that I really liked last year, but it kind of like gives the game away when I compare the two. So like it's kind of like this book, but yeah, like when people talk about it, they tend to, I don't know. It's probably not a spoiler, but for me, I consider it a spoiler because it's a very like central conceit of it. And I never read the synopsis, so I'm not sure if they're dropping it, but it's like intergenerational. I think it's 2 generations. It starts off with the protagonist's mother, and it goes along like that. And then you find out that there's like the person who's been writing the book is the child of that person. And then it kind of like builds out from there. It's set in Britain. It was just like lovely in every single way. It's very big though, so be careful of that. It's like a 39-hour audiobook.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, and I think it's like about 800 pages ish. So it was a love songs type of book.
It does sound like a Gemma book.
It's really excellent.
Is there any trauma in it? That's what you got to ask for Jem. Like,
is there any what?
Trauma? Anything like?
Oh, like, yeah, like that. The family is messed up. That's for sure.
This is the stuff that Jem will want to know, I'm sure.
Jem's just off to the bookshop to buy that one.
I'll be back later.
Mm-hmm.
So the next important question that we're asking our guests is, what's your favorite pizza topping?
I'm a Hawaiian person, so pineapple.
There was a person that didn't
doing well today.
We've had Charlie that doesn't like pizza that got booted off, and then we've got that said the biggest book that we've said the biggest bookish sin, apart from what Charlie said, which that's controversial, is Hawaiian pizza is like
Yeah.
I think we need to vet our guests a bit better next year. 'Cause we had vegan, no pizza, and pineapple. And
This is the question you should ask before you invite us on.
next year we'll know. This is
Would
a
you like to come to our Women's Prize Plodalong? First of all, do you like pizza?
These are like, yeah, these are
Wow.
important.
I think it's delicious. So I don't know. I had a calzone the other day with the Hawaiian toppings inside of it. It was just phenomenal.
Worse.
Yeah.
Wearing a plus.
Yeah.
You can't pick
Sometimes,
it off
sometimes
then.
I'll have a calzone and a pizza, both Hawaiian.
That's like our
Yeah.
idea of hell. It's like
Yeah.
sealed it in, isn't it? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Calzone's just like a folded over one, kind of. Yeah.
I do like calzones, but I mean they can be quite filling, but that's a whole other conversation. Anyway, this is what you guys are watching clearly for our pizza talk.
Yeah.
I think to say, Gemma's face then was even better than when you mentioned Glory. It was brilliant. Hawaiian pizza and Glory would be a fantastic party to invite Gemma to.
I know. I used to like you guys, and now it's like.
We'll have to see whether the comments have more hate for the Hawaiian pizza than they did for Charlie's I don't like pizza, because he got quite
A lot of you got a lot of hate for that, Charlie.
Yeah, that's true. Well, speaking of the comments, I'll quickly pop to the comments, and then we'll ask it. Then we've got the last little challenge thing for you, Fraser, as well.
Challenge. Oh.
Don't spoilers. And said, I may have ditched the book you spoke and started I'm a fan. Yes, tell us what you think. And you've got to tell me what you think of this book. Like, it is weird. Like, it is weird. I don't know where I sit still, but yeah. Then we have Edward has said, slurping a hot chocolate and finishing my reread of Rebecca. We love a reread of Rebecca. Adored. Now onto The Noise of Time by Julian Burns. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. So
Everything that Edward ever does have me questioning his taste. Everything.
We've got the lovely Sarah. I fancied a change, so reading Full Disclosure. Oh, that's a really I haven't read it, but that's a book I want to read. Full Disclosure by Cameron Garrett, about a teen with HIV. So far so good. Oh, that sounds good. And we've got who said, I love Trespassers, devastating, beautiful, and insight into the daily lived experience with conflict in Ireland. Well, thanks for sharing your thoughts on that one with us. It does, like, it's always good to get everyone's different opinions on things, because obviously we've all going to have different reading experiences. So, so yeah, thank you. Amelia said, I'm trying to give Sarah Waters a second chance, but it might end in another DNF, unfortunately. This is what happens. Jem said, Jem, my daughter Faye says she loves your hair. Oh, how cute. Wave hi to Faye if she's still there. Hi, Faye.
Hi, Faye. Yeah, it's not usually this buffy, but it rained on me. So,
so no, your hair's beautiful. Jem's always got hair goals. I love Divinity by Sarah Waters, and have some others I want to try soon. Oh, there you go. And Jennifer, obviously, we know Jennifer loves Sarah Waters' books. We know this.
We know this.
Yeah. Julie said, love Trespassers. Kushla has stayed with me. Oh, that's, again, it's good to hear these opinions. Like, because the last live show we had, there was quite a few people not liking Trespassers. So it's always good to get the balance. Here we go. We've got Scott said, I didn't dislike Trespassing, but it's a real shame Factory Girls wasn't the book about the troubles on the long list.
Yeah, he was raving about Factory Girls recently.
I see what you're saying. Right. Oh, we've got, there we go. Should we do 2 more comments and then
Fraser's challenge.
I lately DNF'd The Stranger because I'm on page 200. Still not much has happened. Now I'm reading The Paying Guest, and I've had the feeling I might suffer the same problem. Different people have different feelings about these books, so yeah, whatever works for you, what works for one works for a different, might not work for a different person. Bye, Julie. And then the last comment I'm just going to highlight is Maggie O'Farrell's writing is so cinematic. Oh, that's really good. Oh, yeah, she's a really great writer. So now, Fraser. Charlie knows what's coming. That's why his grin is like as wide as like you can tell. So we've got a little challenge for you, which we're asking all of our guests. There is going to be a leaderboard as well, so bear this in mind with your thinking of things. We are asking our guests to list in 30 seconds as many of the women's books that have been on the Women's Prize long list, either this year or previous years, historically years, Women's Prize related books. You can just say the titles. You don't have to say the author. Like, you can just say, like, yeah. So
Quick fire. Quick.
Quick fire in 30 seconds. I think, who's got the timer? So Gem's got the timer.
I'm on timer.
I've got the
And
notebook.
first writing book, and she's going to adjudicate every book that you pick. So if there's anything, don't try and go rogue on her, because she will be fact checking you.
This is serious game.
We are
Charlie's
serious.
quite a lot of fact checking because I hadn't heard of some of the books, but it was all good.
It'll be difficult because I only heard of the Women's Prize last year. So
Even if you only
that's still like what, 30 books?
Still have 32 books to choose from.
the ones that
If you get all of
luckily
them,
I
you're winning.
disliked a few of those, and so they're seared into my brain.
even if you only list this year's, it's still this year's is 16. So even if you only list this year's, you're fine. So all right, should we give you a countdown to 5? So I'm giving you 5 seconds and we'll start going down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So trespasses. Homesick, I think is what it's called. The much despised by myself. Oh crap, what's it called? I just call it the tree book. The Elif Shafak one.
I know what you mean.
Great Circle. Home Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have it. We'll let you have it.
I honestly think Fraser deserves a point for the description of the island of missing trees there as well.
The Island of Missing
Yeah, we'll
Trees.
give him a bonus point.
The
He
damn
did
tree
give us the
book.
author and he did give us what I would consider a description of that book.
Yeah. I did not like that book.
So,
You did really well, honestly.
Also blanked it. The
My
tree book.
Everybody does that. It's fine. It's fine.
I think you did amazing. Honestly, we've just sprung it on you. You've done really, really well. Honestly, seriously.
and we're giving you a grand total of 5, so well done.
Yay! Well done.
What's the record so far?
Okay,
80?
so far we have. We started with Sarah with 7 books. The lovely Sarah from Your True Shelf. Sarah, I think, is watching. So hi, Sarah. And then we've obviously just had Charles Heathcote. Oh, I know you know Charlie. Making sure I keep Charlie. And then Charlie got 11. So
Wow, that's pretty good.
High bar, Charlie. High bar.
Did you get the tree book?
No.
No.
I didn't get the Island of Missing Trees. No, in fact, I'd completely forgotten it existed.
as lots of people wish they had. So
As you were mentioning Home, I think there are like 4 Women's Prize titles with Home, as in Home by Marilyn Robinson,
Yeah.
Rose by
that's
Rose Tremaine, then because you said Home Fire and you said Homesick as well, so that's 4.
that's amazing, isn't it? I didn't even realise that.
So there we've got another list for anyone in future coming with the homes.
Yeah.
Giving everyone clues if everyone, the guests watching in the future, because there are guests potentially, maybe, spoilers. I
looked in the actual, I guess the last 3 books that I marked 5 stars are all women, actually. Like the previous one to that is Bel Canto.
And that was Women
You
Pride.
could have had
That was Women's Prize listed.
Oh, if only I had known. And Tiny Beautiful Things by Cheryl Strayed as well.
I saw you talking about that on Shelley, with Shelley. I think it was on your channel.
Yeah. And then before that then we break the cycle with The Spear Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez.
That's a
Break
very
the
long
cycle.
title.
Yeah. I would wager that most of my 5 stars probably swing to women, but I don't know. It'd be nice if you could just throw your Goodreads stats into like a website and they just filtered it all for you.
Yeah, it's
Very
really
nice.
good. I'm going to go to some of the comments now, just quick. We've got Edward has said that Waterstone's exclusive edition of Marriage Portrait is so gorgeous. I feel like the book could never match up. I DNF'd The Vanishing Act of Esme Lennox because it got boring after 100 pages. Well, the Marriage Portrait, that edition that you're talking about is beautiful. 100%, I agree with you. Have you guys all seen it? I don't know whether Fraser would have seen it. Have you seen it?
Probably not.
I think actually, if you watched Eric Carl Anderson's video, I think he's got that edition that Edward's talking about, so you may have seen it inadvertently, maybe not realizing. If you
Maybe.
have, you might have.
Maybe I have.
So Amelia is saying, please stay, Charlie. We've got people begging for Charlie to stay. Bless you.
I don't think they were begging.
I embellish, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a really nice cover.
Yeah. We've got Jennifer saying hi to Fraser.
Hello.
And then Andrew saying hi to Fraser.
Hello.
Julie said, I've never been interested in all these books, to be honest, but I'm supporting you, Charlie. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Julie. You're lovely. Then we've got I said, I DNF'd Demon Copperhead. Don't seem to agree with others. I don't think it captures the actual daily experiences of children experiencing abuse and neglect. Adult elements, not trauma informed either. Obviously, that's a very personal thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, Scott at Gunpowder Fiction and Plot DNF'd it as well. So,
yeah.
You're not alone.
Yeah, of course. Rebecca said, I'm finding Trespassers okay, but nothing to rave about. I think lots of people have had similar opinions to that.
This Waterstones edition has really nice end papers too.
Oh,
Another case of the UK savaging the US covers.
Yeah, you live the wrong side of the pond, Fraser.
To come over and be over this side with us.
Yeah, well, I should. We already spell like y'all, so.
There you go. Amelia said, not sure what to pick up from the long list. Fair enough. It is quite overwhelming. I think when you first see a pile of a big pile of 16 books, you don't know where to start. Because I thought that because with these ones, we've kind of all been anticipating them all, obviously. But today when we first got the book of international one got announced today, and I think that's quite overwhelming. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't know where to put that.
More! I want them all.
I know. If everyone's watched Gem's got a video today out, so you go watch Gem's video on that. She did a.
So did this list surprise you then? If you were anticipating it?
This list, the women's prize list.
For me, it was very surprising. I probably had not heard of half of it, at least.
Yeah, no, more than half. I think there was there's a lot of them we hadn't heard of. I'd only read 4, and I think I don't probably, in terms of hearing about them, maybe half I've heard of, like you said. So there's loads and loads of surprises.
Yeah, Southpaw Sidewinders. What
about you guys? You can re-say your thoughts. I know we've said our thoughts on Sunday, but not everyone may have seen your thoughts. So, Charlie, you've already said actually, but yeah. Jem, you were saying. Go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think I anticipate the ones that I don't know more. So that's what I really love about it, when there's the ones you've never heard of before. So you see all these prediction videos, and I think I got 2 right this year. And yeah, it's all those other ones that I think Black Butterflies is probably the one I'm most excited for on the list that I hadn't heard of before. Or Pod.
Alice as well. Yeah. You said briefly. I know you said on Sunday about this. Your thoughts on the list, but
yeah, I mean, I'd not heard of probably the majority. No, I think I'd heard of a couple just from people's prediction videos. Obviously, there was the big ones like the Marriage Portrait and Demon Copperhead and Memphis, which I'd heard of, and then beyond that, really lots of surprises. But I think it's great because you can kind of go into it with more of a blank slate and also think of things you're excited for. So, looking forward
everyone
to
in the comments, you let us know which again. I know if you might have already shared your thoughts about which one you're excited for, but if you haven't shared it before, let us know which books you're excited for in the comments. Always like to see that. And then we give it 2 more minutes. We'll give it till 1:30 like we did with Charlie. I'll read a couple more comments or whatever. We'll see how we get on. So yes, I will put off Demon Copperhead because of what fear of bewilling and abuse and exaggerated narrative. We'll have to read David Copperfield first, I think. Oh yeah. Have you guys got anything to say for that? I don't know. It's Demon Copperhead is a difficult one, isn't it? I don't know whether there's any right or wrong way to go into it, whether to read the David Copperfield first or not. there's mixed opinions about it, I think. Amelia says, "Hi, lovelies." Hi, Amelia again. Fraser, what is your favourite record currently? Here we go. Question for you, Fraser.
There's a New Zealand band, the Beths. Have you heard of them? I just check what the name of the album is. They're really excellent. It's like low key, very chill vibes. It is Expert in a Dying Field, is what it's called. It's really excellent.
We'll be writing that one down then. Expert would you say expert in a dying field?
Yeah, Expert in a Dying Field. And the vinyl comes in canary yellow too, so it's excellent.
I feel like I have no place in this discussion because I have the Frozen soundtrack on in my car.
Yeah. Well, Amelia knows that I've got the big vinyl collection, so, and I have actually a vinyl player right beside me at my workstation, so I just have my headphones.
Oh, how cool!
Yeah.
So we have Edward saying you like ham and pineapple.
Yes, clearly someone who tastes. Yeah.
Outrageous.
Calzone, pizza, give it to me now.
There's going to be a break. What's going on here?
And instead of ham, even like grilled chicken, also excellent.
I like grilled chicken over pizza.
Chicken and pineapple.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So, and obviously loves Hawaiian pizza too. I mean, can you even be friends now? This is the question.
No.
I'm sure that the two people who've said that they like Hawaiian pizza as well are both from the north. Point to me.
I don't know. Seems like they have.
And Charlie, you had no support for your disliking of pizza either. And look at all the support Fraser's getting.
I mean, there may be one. You never know.
No, there's literally nobody. Everybody loves pizza. I'm the one person out of 7 billion who doesn't.
There's no. I've got a friend that doesn't like pizza. My friend Mary doesn't.
Yeah,
like
it's
pizza.
me.
I know you're my friend as well. I'm not. Yeah.
Oh, I guess I have two friends.
So Amelia says, if you like pizza, you get an invite. Well, of course you're invited. You're always invited. If you like pizza, you've got an invite here. We love you here. Yeah. Sorry, Charlie.
Charlie's has been redacted.
Weird is a good way to describe it. I think she's talking about I'm a fan. Yeah, it's very, very weird, and I just still don't know how I feel about it. Part of me loves it, part of me hates it. I honestly don't know, and I don't know how. Oh, Tom Reese sings. Oh, yay, lovely Tom. Hey, Tom, we love Tom. I love Tom so much. I don't know if you guys will remember Tom from time of he was a booktube thing. We love Tom. I love you, Tom. He's got the best husband as well, Mark, who I love as well. So Mark, if you're watching, hi Mark. Kieran's here. Hi Kieran, everyone.
Hi, Kieran.
Did he like Glory?
Well, Kieran probably likes rubbish.
No, he didn't like Glory.
No, I don't think Kieran liked Glory. Didn't he wear a horse head and like?
There was a video.
Oh, that's
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
That was a good one.
What I will do is future Charlie will link Kieran's video of him doing that little thing in the thing.
The Glory review with the horse head.
Yeah. That was
And then put the gift for anticipation.
And Kieran also in the last video said that we've got to change because he wants to read Pod, I think, and so he wants us to change the show. He wants to change the name of our show to the Plodalong. So, hi Kieran, that's what he said. So, we've got Scott. Pineapple on pizza is a winning thing. Actually, any pineapple in food.
Well, this is only because Scott is vegan, so he has no food groups to pick from. So, yeah.
Sorry, it's 1:30. But this will be the last comment, and then we'll get into our little reading plod. Scott,
Fraser, are you staying to read, or are you going to jump off?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
I'll probably I'll probably jump off. I don't
Oh, that's
have.
okay. Then we'll make sure we'll ask you. In that case, I've got some other questions. So we'll ask you what you're going to. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'll just hide this. Hide current comment. Sorry, it skips when you go off of it. No, I'm still learning this stuff.
Are these going to be more skill testing questions?
No. What book what book? I can't remember if you've already said this. What book, women's prize book, you'll want to read next? That's what we're gonna.
Want to read next? Probably. Well, I don't know. I was going to say The Marriage Portrait, but that sounds so basic. But
It's not basic at all.
well, because I'm excluding all the ones that I haven't heard of. Then, right? You know. But it's because The Marriage Portrait I've been kind of psyched about since last year, even. And I know Shelley wants to read it, so I could have a buddy reader teed up right away. But you know, I feel like I should have a cooler answer, like
No, it's not. That's a
Wandering
perfect.
Souls.
I love that book. I probably
Yeah, you read it?
I loved it. I literally loved it so much. It's very, very. I feel like it's quite. It can be a bit brutal, but it's well. I say that, but I know I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. Right. So
So I won. I won the question.
Okay.
You won the question.
Thank you so much for coming along with us as and joining our little Plodalong chat and everything.
No problem.
We're very much grateful to have you here with us.
Yeah, it was nice to see you all.
Thanks, Fraser.
Bye, Fraser. Everyone in the comments, say goodbye to Fraser. Right. So did you want to set the timer and then I'll put this up?
Yeah, I think I've reset it.
Well done, you. Okay, so everyone will go along and we'll read for 25 minutes and we'll come back and chat and sort of round this all up after. Okay.
Marvelous.
Okay.
Lovely job. Reading.
Hello. Sorry. Remember to take my mute off. We're back. Did you guys enjoy what you just read? We'll start with Alice.
Yes, I enjoyed it. Of a story doing the marriage portrait. I like the way that the chapters are going between like the present time for them, which is obviously in Renaissance Italy, in case people don't know that, and like the main character's childhood. I've enjoyed the childhood bits so far. The bits with her husband I'm finding a bit weird, but not in a bad way. I like a good weird. And I'm very intrigued by obviously this part of it, because it's like obviously the central part of what's going to happen.
Oh, it's so it is the plot. Like it is
Really
a good
enjoying it.
plot. It is a good plot. Yeah, it's a funny one. Yeah.
A very sad thing did happen though, which I'm not going to say what it is, but I was sad.
That's fine. As we head to you, Charlie, and then we'll go to Jen. Yeah, Charlie, how did you get on with your trespassers? And then
Yeah, so
it's trespassers.
I made it to page 100, and this town was happy because there was a quote that reminded me of Victoria Wood in Dinner Ladies, simply because the wall went flock dado anaglypta, which is from Dinner Ladies. Now you all have to go and watch it to find out which episode. And I'd be interested to hear how Gemma's gone on with it, simply because now that something's happened in terms of a relationship with the character, but I'm also certain there's part of me that's wondering, is the book as mundane as it's making out? Am I just being hopeful that Kushla going through the motions all the time? I'm just wondering, there's references to the death of a family member, and I'm just wondering whether the behavior is all to do with that, and whether it's all because the characters are very worried. So I'm more interested to see what. Well, I'm going to be very upset. I'm going to be very upset if it turns out that everything was incredibly mundane and there wasn't some twist, and I'm putting this all there. But at the moment, I'm hoping that it's surface level and that there's going to be some twist, and I'm going to be really happy.
Jen, how are you?
Yeah, so I'm not that far ahead of you, Charlie. I'm only on 130. I clearly read a lot slower than you do. Yeah. Really, I think it has got potential, but it really annoys me when you have to get like over the 50% mark to feel any sort of investment in a book. I feel like you should have investment from about 30%.
Yeah.
So it's just too slow to hook me in, I think, is my main criticism.
Yeah, I'd say at the moment, like, most of my liking of it has been for feelings of nostalgia of the things that she's mentioned. So like that really shouldn't be the thing that's like fueling your like of a book. Yeah.
Oh, bless you. I don't know whether it kind of puts me off reading it, because like I said, I read a sample page, like a page, and I was just I was saying I don't know. I let myself have like one DNF. I could potentially DNF whatever I like. But this is the kind of book that I think, oh, do I want to do it? Like, I don't know. So,
there are bits in there that are good, but yeah, overall. I don't know
whether I might try the audiobook, because other people have like, obviously, is the audiobook any good? Anyone watching, is the audiobook any good? Yeah, I don't really have any more thoughts on my current read, so I might go up and scroll back to the comments. It might take me a second, because I think we've had a few, and it's really weird. I'm still trying to learn how you do all this. So excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm just going up. Hey, Charlotte from Books and Bargains is here. I am going to go up a little bit further than that, but I hadn't heard of most of them. A couple of them via audio, via BookTube, but which one I'm most looking forward to reading. Where were we before? So I'm trying to think. So I think we were just below Edward saying about I know it was Scott with pineapple pizza. That's right. Sorry, that was the thing that we remember. Scott, that was right. And Kit said about Scott's going to be revising for when he's
Oh, for his challenge.
I'm coming
Well,
up
I think in that case we'll have to change it for Scott, and we'll have to
I wouldn't do that to you, Scott.
Or we'll get Nell to confiscate your list.
Yes, we need to get Nell on side for sure.
Yeah. Everyone's saying hi to Harry. Harry, in case I don't know, Charlie, I don't know if you know this. Harry is
This
Alice's
is Harry. That's where all the sneezing's coming from.
Yeah. Has he had his duck yet, Alice? Important question. Has he had his duck?
No, he hasn't had anything yet. So hence he's watching very closely.
He literally knows the time, I swear. I think Bel Canto won. Yeah, Bel Canto did. I'm sure it did win.
I think it did win in its year, yeah.
Definitely begging for you to stay, Charlie. That's very sweet. I was begging too on my knees.
Lies.
Demon Copperhead is predictable if you've read David Copperfield, especially if you thought Dickens was a bit average. Okay, so that's good to hear. Yeah, so hi Charlotte. I did say hi to you, but hi Charlotte. Look, it's Mark. This is Mark, who I told you guys about. Mark's lovely. This is Tom's other half. I just love the marriage portrait. Went on to read 2 of hers straight after. Love Stoneblind too. Only 2 I've read. Disappointed lessons in chemistry didn't end up on the loss. I think quite a few people have said this.
That did get predicted quite a bit, didn't it?
Excuse me, my thing's bouncing. I think quite a few people thought that lessons in chemistry would make the long list, so I don't think you're alone there. Excited for pod? Oh yay! Are you gonna? Like I said, we're going to be starting it. I think Sunday the 26th of March. So if you want to join us, you're welcome to join us. Please don't bounce on the bed, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. I've got a visitor in my room. So if we get bounces, that's why. I haven't heard most of. Oh, we said this one. This is one we've already done. Sorry. And then hi Harry from Jennifer. Oh, so hair spread. That could be a good one to start with. It's kind of dystopic, isn't it? Do you guys remember what the premise is? Isn't that
the one that's actually based on historical events, though?
Yeah. I think it's in a village and people are being killed by the bread or something. That's what I've taken from it.
Is it they've been poisoned by the bread? I think that's
something like that.
Yeah, something. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Chicken and pineapple and blue cheese. Oh, Charlotte. I think you could get some people being a little bit.
That is double bad. Pineapple and mold on your pizza at the same time.
Blue cheese.
What do you think that blue bit is, Charlie?
Oh, it is mold. Like, I love blue cheese. I love blue cheese. I don't know about on pizza. I don't know. I haven't had blue pizza. Like, I have no feelings about pizza and blue cheese. I don't like pineapple.
Moldy pineapple pizza. I'm not sold.
No, I'm with you on the pineapple. I don't like pineapple. The audio for Fire Ash is definitely the way to go. Yeah, I can't wait for that one. I've got that one.
The audio is
I'm
really good.
That now.
Recommending the audio.
Yeah, Alice has sold me on that one.
So we've got so Jenny said the audio. I've done. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm getting there. The break sound almost killed me. Do you? Oh, because the beep. Yeah, sorry. Do you have plans to get rid of me, Charlie? I'm not trying to get rid of you. It's fine. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Amelia. We weren't trying to. This is what we have. We don't have any cats here. I'm sorry. We do have cats here, but not. The little.
We need an alarm, otherwise some of us might be asleep.
Yeah, I would be asleep for sure. Like I said, I've got the bed still here. I've got a bed. Everything I live show, I've got a bed behind me. So I'm ready. I'm loving spending the evening with you all. Don't want it to end. Oh, Sarah, I'm so pleased you came along and joined us again. We love Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.
We do love Sarah.
DNF lessons.
Kit, you'll get kicked off BookTube for that.
I love that one word review. Awful.
The BookTube police are going to come.
Kit has got a good channel, everybody. So if you guys, I say this about everybody watching. Kit's channel.
She does have a great channel.
She's got a brilliant channel. Here we go. We've got what Jem said about investment also might be my problem with the paying guests. Charlie, you really should teach Sarah Waters how to write shorter books and how to get to the points.
You might like Affinity. That's short.
Is it?
Affinity is, well, it's one of the shorter ones by Sarah Waters anyway. And isn't that like a Victorian? She said it in a Victorian prison.
Well,
That is the one in the prison, yeah.
She'll be able to confirm or deny this. She knows lots of stuff about Sarah Waters.
Well, in terms of a paying guest, I was going through my journal of books that I've read over the last few years, saw that was on there, and honestly have no recollection of ever listening to it. At the same time, I was suffering with a really bad concussion, so I can't really remember the first 2 months.
Oh, I remember that. That was the Christmas. Charlie did. Charlie was doing the what's it called? The Christmas.
It was Victoria, no, it was Vlogmas. That was it.
Vlogmas, yeah, Vlogmas. And Charlie really, really hurt himself. So I think I'm going to pick up lessons in chemistry. Oh, yay, that's good. Let us know how you get on with it. Saying Amelia, I was listening to the audiobook and it jumped out of my skin. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm glad that you're joining us. Thank you so much. And this escalated into the pod pizza log. It definitely did.
It has. There is so much. I think we may have talked about pizza more than we've talked about books.
No, I think we've talked about
it. Was not meant to be that controversial a question. And then when you have two guests in one night, one who says I don't like pizza and one who says they like Hawaiian.
I think it's going to get worse for you now, though. Everybody is going to try and come up with a worse answer now that they've had vegan, hates pizza, and pineapple.
It's literally
just trying to set you all.
I thought it would be like an open shut question, like it would be like just a little, but no.
Yeah, like pepperoni. There you go. That's a normal person answer.
Like all this, and the only thing we were like, there's only certain. Anyway, we can keep talking about this.
Well, that was like a vegan, a vegetarian, and a Canadian.
Canadian. Fraser's the best. We love.
Never trust a Canadian.
Oh, we know, we love Fraser so much. And this is so much fun. You guys are all fab. Oh, thank you so much, Amelia. Thank you so much for coming. Affinity is like 350 pages, I think.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, that's short for Sarah Waters. Usually she has about 300 pages where nothing happens.
No, don't say that.
Jennifer Loves Books is going to come for you.
Literally, honestly,
in your sleep.
Guys, honestly, I said to Charlie at the thing, I said, I'll have to, you know, that you can mute. I said, I'll have to use the mute button on Charlie when he says anything I'm scared he's going to get cancelled for. Because, I love Charlie so much, so I don't want him to get. So, like,
him on the pizza question.
Yeah, he doesn't care, actually. He doesn't care. So, yeah, Affinity is set in Victorian women's prison. Oh, so you were right, Charlie.
Yeah. That's the one I have on my shelf.
So yeah, we'll be wrapping up now and say in a second. The last comment, I think there's one here. Time for cheese on toast. And thank you so much, everybody that has come along tonight. Thank you, Charlie, for being our lovely guest.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Charlie.
I think I'll get my next banner up actually. My where is it? Try and find it. I'm so sorry. You just have to wait for me because. I'm not very good at the scrolling part. This is where. Oh, there we go.
You might even be able to get food.
Here we go. The next Plod will be Sunday, the 26th of March at 10 a.m. BST on Gem's channel, and our special guest, exclusive everybody, is Scott from Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. So look forward to that one, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you guys for coming. Thank you everyone watching and commenting. We've loved having you guys and nattering about cheese and pizza and books. I'm sure there'll be more of that in a couple of weeks, in a couple of Sundays time. So like I said, so thank you guys everybody, and bye bye everybody. Night everybody. Thank you so much for coming and everything.
Night everyone.
Night. Ended.